Whether you're ordering wings for the game, whipping up a 7-layer dip, or ordering pizza, there's something about football that makes you want to eat. And this football season, Uber Eats has the best deals on game day food. No matter what you're craving, from 2-for-1 pizza to buy one, get one wings, Uber Eats will be dropping new deals each week, all season long. Uber Eats, official on-demand delivery partner of the NFL. Order now. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details.
This episode is brought to you by Allstate. Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check the date of the big game first before you accidentally buy tickets on your 20th wedding anniversary and have to spend the next 20 years of your marriage making up for it. Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Savings vary. Terms apply. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Northbrook, Illinois.
This episode is brought to you by Unstoppable. Discover the inspiring true story about Anthony Robles, who defied every expectation to become a national wrestling champion in Unstoppable, a new original movie from Amazon MGM Studios and director William Goldenberg, evoking the excitement and camaraderie of classic sports dramas and thrilling wrestling matches. Unstoppable features an all-star ensemble cast, including Jarrell Jerome, Jennifer Lopez, Don Cheadle, Michael Pena, and Bobby Cannavale. Watch Unstoppable now, exclusively on Amazon Prime Video.
You're listening to Achtung Millwall, broadcasting from the beautiful South Birmingham. Accept no substitute.
Hello, dear listeners. Welcome to a cold, grey, misty morning, or barely afternoon, in London. We're in South Bermondsey, of course. John Berylson Way for the visit this afternoon of Hull City, who sits in the third relegation spot. So this is a big game for us to win today, if we can. Mill, of course, in 14th place. Your Lions set up this afternoon. Lucas Jensen are in goal. We've got one or two unknowns in our side this afternoon, dear listeners. Jensen in goal, back line, I'm going to guess Leonard Tanganga Cooper. I'm going to take Callum Scanlon, who returns to the starting 11 this afternoon. I'm going to take him on left back. I don't know, could be wrong. In front of them, George Saville, Casper Denor. Then a front three, I'm going to put Watmore, Honeyman. I'm going to put Brian in that front three, where I think he's probably a lot more use than he is in defence. I don't know, it might be the other way around. Scanlon might be there, Brian might be in defence. Up front, Mihailo Ivanovic. We're speaking obviously after that Monday night win over Dagenham, 3-0 win. So a fantastic goal for new boy Reece Bangura Williams, who sits on the bench. The rest of your substitutes this afternoon: Liam Roberts, Danny Mack, Murray Wallace, Sean Hutchinson, Billy Mitch, who I thought played quite well Monday. New signing Aaron Colony, we'll come back to him later. Macaulay Langstaff didn't feature on Monday. Reece Bangura Williams, who probably earns his place on the strength of that wonderful goal, the third goal to really put the game to bed. And new signing as well there, Tristan Kramer. I'm going to go French on you listeners whenever I say his name, Tristan Kramer. If I'm going to be Anglophile, but I'm going to go Frenchy on you and go Tristan Kramer. Sits on the substitutes bench, signing from Brentford. The big story today, of course, is the done deal that is Romain Esse's move to Crystal Palace for a reported, word on the street, 14.5 million total deal, which I think is pretty good business for a player that's barely played with us for a year. Huge potential. I wish him well at Selhurst Park. He had to be them he went to, but they're the ones with the money on the table, and we have to be realists under this new business model, dear listeners. I've seen a few comments online about the aches and pains of that deal, but we have to be realistic, in my opinion. That's the business model we're working to. It's going to be interesting to see what the new signings. Aaron Connolly comes to us with a career behind with some promise, but a lot of lifestyle issues. I'm beating around the bush there, aren't I? He's been on the drink big time. But I'm going to pause before I go any further for a minute's silence, or a minute's applause for Memorial Day this afternoon, listeners. There we go, dear listeners. There was a kind of a screen graphic of a lot of names of people who've passed on, associated fans, players, old players in and around our club. The club always do these things very, very well, as we always say. That was a nicely done ceremony pre-match. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how we line. Looks like Scanlon's coming further forwards. It might well be Brian then in defence. So delete my previous remarks about Brian in defence. I think it might be Scanlon playing further forwards. Good to see him back. By the way, listeners, he was injured. Low knee from Liverpool. Came to us very highly rated. I think we saw just a few minutes of him before he took that bad back injury near the start of the season. So it's good to see him out. Let's hope he can really turn it on. Now that we're in the post-Romain SA era, who's going to be the hero, listeners? Who's going to step forwards and grab the mantle of superstar at the Den? Fingers crossed. It's going to be George Saville to kick us off. Mill will be attacking the away end as per the teachings of the Venerable Bede at Jarrow Monastery back in 9th century Anglo-Saxon England. And away we go. Hull City in their traditional gold shirt, all gold kit this afternoon. I don't know, that's old gold, that's a Wolves version, wasn't it? But all gold this afternoon for Hull City, the Tigers. Yeah, interesting conversation online. You can find it on YouTube. It's a pretty honest account by a new signing, Aaron Connolly. I keep going to say Aaron Copeland. He's a classical music composer. Aaron Connolly. Talking about his issues with drink, you know, he don't beat around the bush, and it's on the Sunderland TV channel. Well worth finding if you can. He's pretty honest about his need to check into rehab, but the main takeaway, I think, from a footballing perspective, leave aside all the other life issues, is that he came on the scene with a big talent, and has largely wasted it through, you know, lifestyle. Let's hope he can find that talent again here at the Den. Pretty good performance, I thought, against Dagenham. Routine, I think I described it as in the post-game show, and I stand by that. Obviously, National League, lower National League opponents, but you still got to break them down. I thought we did a good job of it. We maybe didn't create that much, but what we did create, we put in the back of the net. So I thought it was a good win. And of course, now on away trip to Leeds, which we await news on the televisual. At Overlords, what day of the week that might be played on, what kick-off time, but it's going to be a nice fixture. Early free kick here. This is Joe Bryan on the left side, about halfway inside the Hull City half. We're about 2 or 3 minutes into the game. Left-sided free kick, early chance for the Lions to put the ball in amongst the action. In it comes from Joe Bryan. There's a flick header that was on target from Ivanovic. Nicely flicked on. Goalkeeper got down well. Early chance was on target. Taken on the ground by the goalkeeper, who's wearing an all-lime ensemble this afternoon. Lucas Jensen favouring a kind of a cerise pink. Nicely cut out there. George Saville, here we are, Mill pressing down the left side now. Early chance for Mill to get some heat on the whole defence on a cold day. This is Scanlon. Dispossessed easily. No, that's not a good start. But he does well to get back, and the ball breaks for Hull. I was going to say clean up, but it's not quite right. No ball through the middle. Jensen comes out well and clears it agriculturally, but into their half for a throw-in. Little moment of hesitation there by Scanlon. He's going to be rusty, listeners. Don't jump all over him too much. He's been out for, how many months is it now? 3-4 months recovering from injury, so... I thought when we did the little 10 minutes we did here, he looked quite promising, but hard to judge, of course. weak ball out from Tanga there. Won't do his Premier League scouts much, prospects much good. There's a ball wide. This is the 44. Jensen down well to block that. That was a chance for the 44. Ball cut spread wide right. And no one with 44 who put it straight into Lucas Jensen, who came out and spread himself well there. There's a chance for Hull City. Corner, right side. 11 minutes. Mill just starting like I do in the morning distance. I get up and have to stretch myself, you know, make a few noises before I go and brush my teeth. That kind of start. Right sided corner, 20 to take. In it comes, deep one, it's headed clear, caught on the volley into a blue body. I don't see who that was. Gets away from Watmore there, but that's going to run through to Lucas Jensen. No danger. Little moment there, listeners. Little unsettling moment. Flick head on from Ivanovic. Finds Watmore on the right side. What can he do? He checks. Gets clipped. Free kick. The Hull City player wagging his finger at the referee, saying, no, 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 referee. I would book him for that, listeners. I hate that in the modern game, don't you? You see it loads in the Premier League, wagging your finger at the referee. Give me yellow. Driving over, I was along the A13, have a huge advertising screen, big thing, great giant screen on the A13, advertising Club Chelsea for a fixture in late January, I think. Club Chelsea is not a bad disco in somewhere like Faliraki. It is, in fact, the Chelsea VIP club. They must be advertising high-priced tickets for a game at the end of Jan. I don't know if that's a European night or something of that ilk, you know. But it just tied in with an article I read in. It was either When Saturday Comes or 442. I can't remember which one it was, about the modern trend to do away with season ticket holders. The likes of Manchester United and the Big Six are no longer interested in legacy fan season tickets. They see their future in kind of tourists' tickets that are prepared to spend big on their one-off trip and then spend big in the merch shop. And that's how they're going to make their money. They're not interested in season ticket holders in the old sense. And it just struck me looking at this Club Chelsea business, where I'm sure the tickets will be in 3 figures to watch some, I don't know if it's Dreary Conference League. Are they in a Conference League in Europe? I don't know. Ball breaks on the right side. This is Ryan Leonard now. Can he get a ball in? He can. There's no one really in there, unfortunately, listeners. 15 minutes in, the Mill recover possession well. Scanlon on the left side. What can he do? Honeyman with him. Ball in from Honeyman. That's going to be headed clearer. Didn't really beat the defence there. That's free kick conceded by Joe Bryan. The moment passes again. Yeah, so that's the way of the future, listeners. I'm not sure I could be bothered with a sport that doesn't value you as a regular fan, but apparently the future lies in one-off big-priced tickets. You can fill your mega stadium up with incoming fans from all over the globe for 3-figure ticket prices, and then they go and spend more 3 figures worth in the merch shop, and that beats the old lags, likes of you and me, listen to the show. But I sincerely hope Mill will never go down that road. We shouldn't ever really have the financial power to do that, should we? But that's the way the game's going. TV and tourism, TT. Jensen just sliced that clearance like I was slicing my shots on the golf course the other day, listeners. Ball floated forward. There's Jake Cooper, gets ahead to it. It's on the right now. This is Ryan Leonard. Ball in. This is Tanganga, catches it on the volley into a body, unfortunately, and Hull will bring away. Chance for him to break, in actual fact. This is great tackle there, Ryan Leonard. Listen to the roar of the crowd, listeners. That's a Ryan Leonard classic. The player was away there, and he got back and tackled him round the corner, like he did before. We've seen a few classic tackles of that kind from Ryan Leonard. There's another one there. We had a disproportionate 70+% possession against Dagenham the other night, didn't we? We haven't had that so far in this game. It's taken low flight. That's going to run away. Beats everybody, including the whole City forward line. Watmore now checks on the halfway line. Little break forwards, crosses the halfway line. Ivanovic on his right side. Oh, he's dispossessed. He should have played the ball to the rancour of the Millwall crowd. Yeah, Ivanovic breaking on the right side. He just hesitated too long to make the ball. This is now Hull. This is the 44 on the edge of the penalty area. Hoofed clear by Joe Bryan. That was a moment, listeners. Nice little touch. This is Watmore on the break now. What can he do? Taken from behind. It falls to George Honeyman, who puts it over the bar. I thought Watmore had been caught. He was appealing to the referee. It broke to George Honeyman, who really panicked his shot there, listeners, from just outside the D, high over the bar. First real chance for Millwall, I'd say. But nice few sequences of play there, so that's good to see. 20 minutes. Got to look for the positives, listeners. It's easy to be depressed in this life. Applause for Tristan Kramer, 52 down there. He's sporting a kind of Robin, Prince of Thieves. Who is that? Oh God, there was a TV series, Robin Hood series, wasn't there, where the protagonist Robin Hood had that kind of long hair in various types of plaits and ponytails. I can't think of the type's name now. Was he the Prince of Thieves or was that Kevin Costner? I don't know. He's got that look, that kind of long-haired, head and shoulders. You know, a lot of conditioner's got into that haircut, I think. Let's hope he's a good player. Tom Bradshaw's left us, listeners. I think we said goodbye to Tom Bradshaw on the show I did yesterday with Neil Fissler. But I just want to repeat it. A good servant. 211 in total starts and substitution appearances for the Lions. From memory, I haven't got it down. I think he got about 40-odd goals for us, including one really good season, 17 goals in the 22-23 season under Gary Rowett, who he rejoins at the Kassam Stadium in Oxford. So good servant for the club. Always rather misplayed or used as a single target man striker, which is really not his forte. Long ball falls, that's going to go back to Tanganga. So good luck to Bradders. I always liked watching Bradders. Always gave you 100%, and you can't ask for any more than that from a player. And he got goals. I know he had this reputation of not being a great goal scorer, but the numbers are there, you know. Nice little 1-2. This is Ivanovic finds Saville, spreads it, finds Ryan Leonard on the right side. He's running in towards the centre. What would he do? There's a go. High over the bar. Point after touchdown, listeners. High and wide. Probably wouldn't even have been a point after touchdown. Not much of a game so far, listeners, in all truth. These 12:30 kickoffs always feel slightly like last night's lager that's been left out, you know, a bit flat. But a goal would liven things up, that's for sure. So this is Honeyman on the right side. He lumps it in towards George Saville. It falls to Ivanovic. Offside. Took the ball well, got a shot away, but the linesman's flag was up there. The shot was blocked in any event. Very scruffy game overall. Nothing really standing out. Obviously, since we've lost Romain Esse, then we're going to be struggling for a little bit of artistry and creativity. Hull City are where they are in the table, and it's been a fairly industrial clash so far. Nothing much to raise the spirits on a cold Saturday afternoon now. Scrappy phaser play, finishes up with the Hull City player putting it into row Z. So yeah, not exactly a game for the purists. Who are these people, these purists anyway? I always refer to them. I just did myself, didn't I? Who are these purists out there? What games do they go to? Anyway, whoever they are, it won't be a game for them. Not sure what they're doing down at Mill anyway, if they are purists. There's the half-time whistle. It's 0-0. As I've said a few times, not huge amounts to report from that first half. One header that I can recall from Ivanovic on target. Apart from that, a lot of huff and a lot of puff from both sides. And not much to raise the spirits, to bring any joy into your life. So there it is, Millwall 0, Hull City 0 at half-time.
Achtung, Millwall.
The teams are out for the second half, the listeners. Mill attacking the cold blow in the second half, as per the Venerable Bede's words of wisdom. No substitutions that I can see for either side. Certainly not Millwall. We need a bit more pizzazz, a bit more pep. We were looking a little bit predictable and a little bit mundane in that first half for me. So we need to liven it up the second half. I'm not sure if Watmore will carry on an awful lot of the second half, but we'll see. Away we go. All breaks. This is Watmore now on the right side. About a minute into the second half, he draws a free kick. Right side of, about halfway inside the Hull City half, just right centre. Honeyman standing over it. The big boys have gone forwards. What can Honeyman do? A little lively froth that's floated in, headed wide. I think that was Tanganga. Nicely floated free kick, and Tanganga got down low, just put it wide left. Nice start to the half. 47 gun the ball's 48 minutes. Hull game managing already, listeners. Taking their time. A waypoint for them will be quite a valuable thing in their predicament. A poor game, listeners, in truth. What are we now? We're on 50 minutes. And it's been pretty poor stuff from both sides, in all honesty. Neither side are really impressing. You might have said Hull finished marginally stronger at the end of the first half, but so far, nothing to get you excited. Nicely cut out Watmore. Denor finds Honeyman on the right. He just stops, unfortunately. That's the thing for me in this game so far. Whenever we do get the move forwards, we just seem to stop. We don't have men that can take the ball and run with it. But here we are in possession, before I moan too much. Crowd trying to do their best to roar on their lions. This is Saville. We're passing the ball back and forth across midfield at the moment. We find Jake Cooper and now Joe Bryan. Scanlon on the left side. A lot of possession, a lot of passing, but no penetration misses. Big shout out to Steve Bowler, who said that the Hull City team are all wearing green parkas like they're extras from Quadrophenia. Hooded parkas down there. As I replied to him, at the moment, the way this game is, I feel like I would go and ride my scooter off of Beachy Head, like Phil Daniels did at the end of the movie. Spoiler alert, sorry. It's not been up so much so far on a cold day, listeners. Oh dear. Player down injured. We've had 2 bouts of that already in the game. Another one down there for Hull. Ball breaks for Hull City now on the left side of the Mill half. Some of our control has not been brilliant this afternoon, passing. Neither's theirs. But this does give them possession about halfway inside the Mill half on the left side. A little bit of space being worked here for the 20, but it's a ball in that's headed clear by Tanganga. Body check on Ryan Leonard by the 18 now. The 48. Ice hockey style. Rollerball style. I was looking at a clip of the 70s movie, Rollerball, Jonathan E. That was an exciting sport. Hull City now breaking forwards on the right side of the Mill penalty area. This is that 44 that drew the eye of the crowd. Oh, it's gone in and off the back heel, own goal off of Jake Cooper. Ball in from the right side, it's caught the back heel of Jake Cooper, gone in their own net. Wakey indeed. Unlucky, but then you make your own luck, don't you, as they say. 1-0 Hull. They've seen these boys throwing an orange flare on the pitch, blimey. Now comes our man with a bucket. I think that will force changes now. A goal behind. Do we deserve? We don't deserve to be leading. We haven't done enough, listeners, and it's been a frustrating afternoon so far. Mill making no impact on that whole defence. Every time we're putting the ball forwards, it's hitting an orange leg or orange foot. Nice move, Ryan Leonard, right side. Can he get the cross in? He can. It's across the face of the goal. It falls to Scanlon, left side. Forces a corner. Didn't quite hang for him now to get the shot away. It does win a corner on the left side. 60 minutes in. In it comes, deep, headed around. That's going to go leftwards. Looks like it's been hoof clear there. Into touch. Looks like there's a Mill substitution coming, listeners. Looks like it's Aaron Connery going to be making his debut for the Lions. Who's going to come out? Scanlon is coming out. Connolly coming in, listeners. Hull City on the edge of the Mill penalty area. If we go 2 down there, we've got problems. There's a shot wide left. 27 shoots wide left along the floor. Crowd getting a bit restless. .64 minutes in. 66 minutes halfway through a very mediocre match, dear listeners. I can't really give you an awful lot of comfort on the Millwall front. We've looked rather disjointed and goal behind now, of course, thanks to an unlucky break from off of Jake Cooper's heel. Ball over the top, coming down the left side. This is Connolly, just beaten at the last head by the last defender. So, quarter of the game to go to try and resurrect this rather drab affair this afternoon. Let's keep our fingers crossed we get something out of it. Wide, Ryan Leonard finds it on the right side, cuts inside. This is Ryan Leonard again on the right touchline. What can he do? Get a cross in? He can. It's a deep one towards Ivanovic. Heads it back into the 6-yard box. It's head tennis in there, listeners, at the moment. Falls to Joel Saville. What can he do? Goes over. No penalty being given there, says the referee. Joe Bryan and Jake Cooper combining on the left side. This is Aaron Connolly. Wins a throw-in, left side throw-in. 20 minutes to go, 70 minutes. Another Millwall substitution. Macaulay Langstaff is coming in. And out is going Duncan Watmore. Hull City on the break forwards, listeners. Cut out nicely enough by Ryan Leonard. Huge lump forwards from Lucas Jensen, trying to find Mihailo Ivanovic. Gets away from him rather. But Hull back in possession. On our left. This is the 30, ball into the box. Bryan heads it behind for corner when probably could have done better there. Drawing a little bit of comment. 73 minutes. Left-sided corner. Oh. Bit of booing for him. Another substitution. Billy Mitch coming in. 76 minutes. Ivanovic has come. He's been pretty ineffective, got to be said this afternoon, dear listeners. Billy Mitchell coming in. In comes Bangura Williams, star of the show on Monday night, and given his chance. Paul's in the game, I don't know what for. I don't know why we've stopped the game here. The referee's in conversation with the Hull City manager. This is lunatic. The game's just stopped. Like a mother's, I was waiting for a 24 to come out. $83 minutes. God knows how long that took. Substitution. Cut out there by Joe Bryan. Oh, into trouble again. He's not doing himself any favours, listeners. Ball into the box. That's headed up and away by, well, across goal by Jake Cooper, but away from danger, thankfully. Very, very unimaginative performance this afternoon by Mill listeners. I know that we're adjusting to a new era, if you like, but there's been precious little to report to you this afternoon. Ball coming through to Lucas Jensen here, hoof clear. We're on 88 minutes. This game seems to be getting away from us now. We've shown very little in a way of attacking style. A very depressing, mediocre performance across the whole game. Joe Bryan on the left, ball into the box, falls to Macaulay Langstaff. Little moment there, almost fell into his path. It couldn't get it under control. It's still in the penalty area. It's cleared by Hull City. They got bodies back there. Little moment of panic there. Langstaff couldn't quite get the ball under any kind of control there. It does fall to Bangura Williams. All right, this is George Honeyman. Can he get the cross in? Back to Billy Mitch. Oh, he didn't catch it right. Oh. Coming towards the 90th minute now. It's going to be however much added time that the referee allows us. Miserably cold, misty, grey, depressing afternoon here at the Den, listeners. Sorry to report that to you. I do like to try and look for the positives, but it's very hard to see much at all. We've still got maybe the last minute, last chance saloon perhaps, I don't know. Launch falls here from Lucas Jensen towards Tanganga. That's headed backwards. Another chance for Millwall here. This is Billy Mitchell. Ball's lobbed in. There's Connolly. Gets away from him. Throw in on the left side. Last few seconds of the game. Joe Bryan goes over, maybe about a minute, I reckon. There it is. Finishes 1-0 to Hull City, thanks to that fortunate, perhaps, own goal. We didn't really do enough across the whole game to warrant any kind of moaning about the result, in all truth. I think that was one of the most mediocre showings I've seen from the Mill side in a long while. I've had enough of it all, listeners. I'm going to say good night. Good night. Good night. Good afternoon to you from here at the Den, Mill 0, Hull City 1.
This podcast is part of the Sports Social Podcast Network.
If you're a facilities manager at a university, you know students rely on the cafeteria for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and the occasional late-night snack. So when a dishwasher breaks down and dirty plates pile up, the mess hall can turn messy in the blink of an eye. Enter Grainger. With over 1 million industrial-grade products and fast delivery, the product you need now is never far away. So you can turn that dishwasher back into a lean, clean washing machine. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.